So my dear friends, and the path leads us to the question, why don't we remember past lives? First of all, we do remember. But let's answer that question first directly, as if we really don't remember. And most people indeed don't remember, or they are not aware that they actually do remember. Now, let's see. One of the reasons we don't remember directly, most people don't, is that no one could develop normally if he would have constantly that burden of memory on him. He would be irritated, he would be stopped in his actions, he would be hindered, he could not function well. See? He would be depressed because he would constantly be remembered or reminded of a past burdened with guilt, for instance. And also it could lead to revenge to enemies from past lives. If he would, so to speak, seen them in this life, and then remembers, oh, he was an enemy in a past life. And also there would be irritating feelings in his relationships now. Example, husband sees that his wife killed him in a past life. Sees it. Wife sees that her husband cheated her in past lives and, killed her. How can there be the possibility of a real relationship, of an outliving of karma? It's impossible. See? That's why the Deva angels, karma angels, throw a veil of forgetfulness over each or before each new birth. Now, an adept, a highly evolved person, an enlightened person, so forth, sees all the past lives. The Buddha said he saw all his past lives, 100,000 lives back, if he wanted to, if he directed his manas and mind to it. So he would not be upset with somebody or feel revenge if he would see a former murder of him in past lives. Buddha still would love him because he is liberated, see? So a liberated being can see anything, because it's another explanation. As an adept sees somebody who is a very evil person and he did evil things to him, he would never, not for 1 second, blink with an eye, because an adept knows that he did everything that person did in past lives. We all have gone through it. I asked my teacher, I asked Johan, why am I here in this life? I am not that evil. I am not that. See, there's a man, he killed 30 people. I would never do that. Johan laughed. If you would not have done everything, or he said, imagine the worst deed in this life. You did it. Because if you would have not the potentiality in yourself to do it, or having done it, you would not be on that level of existence. What now? So we have to grab ourselves on our own nose. And we have to understand, not to judge. Now we understand the words of Jesus. I guess it's in, I forget where it is. But he said, you see the sliver in your friend's eye, but you don't see the timber in your own eye. That's what Jesus said in the Bible. I think it was in Thomas 26. I could be wrong. Anyway, so let's continue. And imagine, dear friends, imagine if you have a sister, a brother, a mother, a daughter, a husband, a wife, and you would see that in past life this person did this and that to you. See? You couldn't outlive the karma. You couldn't have a relationship. Because you see, we constantly switch the parts, the rules, and the roles. For instance, wife and husband in this life may as well or very well have been brother and sister in a life before. Why is that so? We will come in detail to that, because the divinity wants to experience all kinds of love in order then to experience total love, independent on anything. See? Like the sun shines on everything without difference. And without saying, no, I won't shine on you, I shine on you not. No, that's not. So the purpose of life is unconditional love. Yeah. And you can ask yourself, do I love unconditionally? And if you say, oh no, well, I love this, I like that, and I love this one, I may love that person, I love blacks, I hate whites, and so there you are already, you know how far away from Godhood or from the state of God-man you still are. For instance, talent. See, Mozart had maybe many lives of music. So he was in the skandhas, we will learn that in detail in the Book of Light. In the skandhas, in the permanent atoms, is your talent stored. And at reincarnation, it catches up with you again. And so Mozart could write with 7 years. In the age of 7, he wrote a symphony. Where do you learn that? Impossible. Impossible. At the same time now, a shocking example. How comes one child is born loved, and safe surrounding, loved by parents, everything, another child dies with 5 years on AIDS? If you, dear Christians, teach, as man sows, he shall reap, what did that person sow? And then they sidestep. Oh no, it was the parents. They insult God with each word. Excuse me, dear friends. You heard me coughing. You see, there you have an example. You are not the body. You have a body. Did I want to cough? No, I didn't. My body wanted. The difference. So, and therefore, because we come together in different personas, persona is Latin, means the mask. In different bodies we come together over and over again. And therefore, for most people, it is important to forget temporarily. Goethe said it very to the point. He said you have to be freshly cleansed, bathed, free from memories. And the physical, of course, there's a physical reason in the average person for not remembering past life. In that way is the present brain. It has no memories on past lives. It is not identical with former brain from past life. But the Manas Rupa, the mental body, it knows. And if you have developed by meditation and by the teaching here your mental body, you may see glimpses of past lives. And if they are uncomfortable, don't judge anyone, because you may then want to see what you did in past lives. Because if somebody does something bad to you, you must have done the same to that person. Actio reactio is Latin. Action causes reaction. See, and the highly developed people like adepts and so forth, they see their past and the past of other people like open book. And that is intuition. See, true intellectuality is a path to intuition. We use here our intellect, but what I want to do is I want to lead you to intuition. I want you to stop thinking. Sounds strange, no? Because now you can only achieve me by thinking. Think about that. In soul breath meditation, you will finally be able to even stop thinking, and there you are. Free from body, emotion, mind, soul, even from spirit. They are all just parts of your sheath, very refined in the case of emotion, mind, and soul, and spirit. See? And then you will still be there, although you stopped thinking. Cogito ergo sum does not apply. to that situation. I think, therefore I am. No. You don't think, you still are. What are you then? Free from thinking. We have also sometimes abnormal cases like insomnibules, They speak in strange languages. And they have sometimes activities or abilities that they don't have in a normal state of being. It can be like in hypnosis and so forth. So there was one lady in Texas they hypnotized. And she said, let's go back to Egyptian times. And she said, I work here on the pyramid. Oh, and there was an Egyptologist there. He said, really? Now, speak ancient Egyptian of that time, not of today. What did she do? She did. She spoke ancient Egyptian of the time of the Pharaoh. See? Now, there are some examples and some evidence for past life. But of course, there are much more. See, all diseases and their karmic cause are written in the Book of Light. In our next lecture, we talk about the invisible, to us invisible, planes, so-called astral plane. See, most people think thoughts are just thoughts. No, thoughts are matter. Emotions are matter, material. Just much more refined than the physical. That's true.